Hey, hello. Welcome to episode number 30 of the People We Love podcast. I am Adam Choi. How goes it? So, this week's something that I love is my Bluetooth speaker. Bluetooth speakers are pretty awesome. They're relatively cheap, and there's like a million options for them on Amazon. And I think the charge lasts pretty good, at least on the one I have, and I can walk around with it. I can bring it to the bathroom, kitchen, wherever. You know, podcasts, music, listen to whatever. Anyway, real quickly, my website is peoplewelovepodcast.com. That's peoplewelovepodcast.com. Please tap subscribe or follow on whatever platform you listen to podcasts on. 5-star reviews on iTunes are helpful. And there's also a private Facebook group called the People We Love Podcast Group. It's enough of that for now. Today's guest is Melissa Shoshahi, a.k.a. Persian Cher. She's originally from Seattle, Washington, and we talk stand-up comedy, 90s comedy movies, and all about her parents as well. Melissa's mom is a bikini waxing extraordinaire who Melissa once worked for as an oil girl. She'll explain exactly what that's all about shortly. And we also talk about her father, who just seems like a laid-back, funny dude. But besides family, we also get into talking all about the comedian Jo Koy, one of Melissa's favorites and someone who's been an inspiration to her. Real quick before we get into it, I just wanted to mention that I recently purchased on Amazon these like foam soundproof little squares to limit some of the reverb and echo in the studio. And so I was pretty excited to see how these worked. And I think they did actually help a little bit with some of the echo, which was, minimal for the most part in the past anyway. But the AC was a little bit on the fritz before recording this episode. And I opened the window to get some fresh air in. But I forgot to close the window during the recording. So there's less echo in this episode, but an open window. So you do hear a dog barking for a few moments and maybe some other street noise. But anyway, that's that. So let's just get into it. Here's Melissa Shoshahi. So it's good to see you today.
You
Melissa
too.
Shoshahi.
Yes.
I got it right.
You did.
Like I said, I practiced.
You did.
I did. Well, a little bit. I mean, not a lot.
Yeah, that would be creepy.
Yeah, it would be creepy?
Yeah.
If I practiced if I practiced weeks. That would be
weeks in back. Shoshahi,
Yeah.
Shoshahi, Shoshahi. Is that a new karate kick move? The Shoshahi.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
It's a good name to practice to just get better linguistically.
Yeah.
Did I use that word correctly?
Yeah, linguistically.
Yeah.
Before an audition. How many times can you say Shoshahi in a row?
Yeah. Sally sells...
Shoshahis by the sea.
Yeah. Anyway, so how are you? How's your day going?
It's going great.
What's cooking? What you been up to?
Oh, living my life. Doing things, making things happen. That's what everybody says in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What can we say instead of making things happen?
Maybe the truth.
Trying to make things happen.
Trying to make things happen. Usually get 3 no's and then 1 yes.
Yeah.
That's the reality.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I got
25. It's 25%.
I got 2 no's today already. I won't go into the details, but I got 2 no's today.
Yeah. Fuck that.
So, and I'm still here.
Are you inspired partly by the no's? Do you have this they said no to me, I'll show them. Do you have any of that, or is it just like you're on to the next thing?
I after I got 2 no's today, and I was pretty, each rejection, I actually looked at myself today, I analyzed it, and I was like, wow, I'm getting stronger with the rejection because I'm not breaking down.
Right.
And so I went on YouTube, as one does, and I watched a TED Talk on rejection.
Yeah.
Because I was like, let me see if I'm handling this well. And one of them was like, you can't take it personal, and you learn from it, and then you learn how to say no to things later on.
Because you got to reject others.
Yeah. And you got to reject others. And then this lady was saying it's hard for you to reject others. So it's just a human thing coming from the other side too. So you have to learn from the situation. So when you get a no, it's only you have to analyze it and be like, okay, well, where can I improve for the next time?
Right.
So it's just hard to not take it personal, but we can't, because you never know what the future will bring.
It sounds like even when you're getting a rejection and there's no like maybe logical explanation of why you got rejected, or there's nothing worth even learning from it other than, going through it. Like going through the rejection itself sounds like it has value. Like,
yeah, it does.
It just makes you stronger.
It makes you stronger, but it's like, at least we put ourselves in the position. At least we tried. What if I didn't try at all?
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah.
Yo, you got to keep going.
We got to keep going.
So why don't you tell my audience a little bit more about yourself, where you're from, where you grew up and your childhood, and we could start since birth.
Oh gosh.
Someone did talk about like the ride home from the hospital or something like that.
What?
I don't know. I would say
how would they remember? Their parents.
Who the hell was it? I confuse all you people, but someone said that they started memories when they were like 1 year old or 2 years old.
Dang. Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Iran, and my parents say I was the miracle baby because they had like several miscarriages and stuff before. And then she tells this story to everybody that when I came out with a full layer of hair all over my freaking body. Why does she have to tell everybody that? You know what I mean? That's embarrassing. I can't tell how I can't imagine how you became a comedian, how you got into comedy. Full layer of hair. She's like, my daughter, full layer of hair. And that's why I became a bikini waxer. Like, why would she say that to everybody? And then I was born in Iran, and that was not my first memory of, hair. And then I think one of my first memories was probably like on an airplane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was my first memory.
So you're born in Iran, and
then we moved to where did we go first? I think we went to Austria for like 7 months, and then we legally came to America. So we went to Austria for 7 months, and then we went to Seattle.
When did you move to Austria?
I think this was like 88.
Yeah, so you were like
I was like young.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
so you remember Iran much?
Yeah, I remember like Austria, and I don't remember Iran. I was like one.
Yeah.
And then I remember Austria, and I remember Seattle.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because I was like 4, I think. 3 or 4. Yeah.
Okay, so you grew up mostly in Seattle.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Oh, yeah. I got you. Okay.
Yeah. I grew up in Seattle. But what's funny is I couldn't speak English because my parents couldn't speak English. Yeah. So we only spoke the Persian language at home. So I was in ESL for like 6-7 years.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand people, and I had this funny accent for most of elementary school. And
then did you get like bullied or get picked on, or did they?
Not really.
What was the reaction to?
No. I mean, I don't remember getting bullied, but I was like in that ESL class with other students like me. There was like, I think 6 other students like me.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was whatever. It was a different time.
It was a different time.
Yeah. It was
different times.
Pre 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so what do you remember about growing up in Seattle? Did you grow up like downtown, or you like in the suburbs?
We were in the suburbs. We grew up in the suburbs. Like it was Bellevue, Washington, which when I tell people now, they're like, "Oh, you must be really rich." It's like a rich area.
Yeah.
Now
everything's more expensive now everywhere.
Now it's rich because of Boeing and Microsoft and Amazon. It was not the case, y'all. If you're listening and you're from that area, when I grew up, it was like not the case. So there.
Everyone was in the timber business before the
it was just
internet. No, I don't know. I have no idea.
It was different. It's a different time. I
apples.
keep saying that.
Washington apples.
That's
what everyone did. From apples to Apple.
Apple. Yeah, from apples to electronic apples.
Yeah,
what have we come to, y'all? I don't know.
And what about your childhood? Did you love comedy then?
No, I
you,
was shy.
well, I'm not doing comedy, but like, what did you watch TV? What do you
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
about
Yeah, I mean,
about entertainment and performing? Did you perform as a kid?
yeah, I was in theater.
You were in theater.
Yeah, I was in theater. I loved performing. I didn't know I was going to do stand up though. I did a lot of acting.
Yeah, when you were a kid.
Uh-huh.
Like how old?
I started doing like speeches for in elementary school with my funny accent.
So that was my next question.
Yeah.
At what point?
Yeah. And then in middle school, I joined a youth theater group. And then I was with that theater group all throughout high school. And then in high school, I was doing theater. I was like a theater person.
You were theater.
Yeah.
Musical theater
No,
too?
No. I can't sing. And that was, yeah. And then, yeah. And then as far as comedy goes, yeah, I watched like comedies in the house and stuff like that.
Yeah. What kind of comedies do you remember? Any?
Yeah, like Dumb and Dumber.
Oh yeah.
The Mask, all of Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, you're a big Jim Carrey fan.
Yeah, my parents loved that too. We would watch that. Miss Doubtfire.
Oh yeah.
Like all those 90s movies.
Yeah, no,
which everybody, I'm sure, if you're a kid of the 80s, 90s,
you're speaking my language. So your parents were into comedy movies, both of your parents?
Yeah. I mean, because here's the thing, like when English is your second language, I feel like animated stuff really hit home to them, versus like some dramatic movie.
Animated stuff?
Yeah.
Like what?
Like Jim Carrey.
Oh, I see. Just something fun.
Yeah. So they loved Jim Carrey or anything like that. So we would watch anything like that.
I got
like
you.
Robin Williams, Eddie.
His movies.
His movies. Yeah.
Not stand up.
No, I liked stand up. One of my first stand ups I listened to was in middle school was Martin Lawrence's audio album.
I don't know if I heard his album, but I saw some of his stand up for sure.
And I would like listen to it with my other friends, and we loved it because he would like curse in it, and we're like, oh my god, he's so cool.
Yeah.
So
many stories like this where people secretly listening or just like listening to some dirty,
like
comedians.
dirty, and we would laugh so hard. We're like, he's so funny. Yeah.
When did you? So where did we go from there? So you're. What were you into when you were a teen? Like, because I guess performing, acting was that your major focus?
Yeah. I didn't know stand up was a thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a thing for me. I just liked acting. I just liked performing. I didn't think of it as anything.
What did you imagine yourself doing? What did your parents imagine that you would be doing when you were, growing up? What would you become?
Yeah, Middle Eastern culture, they really wanted me to definitely go to college.
Yeah.
And then, from there do something like, make a lot of money becoming an engineer or doctor or whatever, something to that degree.
But they were never specific about it. You must be a doctor, and you must be this specific kind of doctor.
No,
nothing like that.
No.
They're just like, you better do something that makes money. That requires brain
make us
power.
proud.
Yeah.
But you know what I did do? I got really good grades.
Yeah, I was going to ask about your academics.
Yeah, because I was like, I hated Seattle. I really wanted to move to LA because I was like, oh, maybe I could do something more creative. I just didn't know what. So I made sure I got really good grades so I can apply for scholarships. And
look at you planning ahead.
Yeah, I was a major nerd. It's like, let me, and my mom was like, why don't you apply to like, University of Washington and other universities here too, so you can stay with me and live here forever.
Is that literally what they wanted?
Yeah.
Did they want you to stay like literally in the same, like within like a driving radius, or just like, because Washington can be big, like you'd be like on the other side of the state. The colleges aren't
driving
distance
radius.
Yeah.
So I applied to colleges in Washington, and then I applied to colleges in California, and then
about even split.
I only applied to like one or two colleges in California.
Did you only apply to the Washington schools to appease your mom?
Yeah.
You had no desire to go?
No, because it's cold.
Yeah.
And depressing.
Yeah. And it rains.
Yeah, I think I applied to two. I think I ended up only applying to like 5 colleges, and I got into like I don't know, 3.
Where did you end up going?
I ended up going to the one that gave me a scholarship.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was Cal Lutheran University in Thousand Oaks.
Okay.
And my parents were like, I mean, if it's religious and safe, I guess you can go." You know?
Yeah.
And they needed diversity. They came to our school. They came to our high school.
Yeah.
They were like looking for diversity.
You were recruited.
I was recruited. Also pre 9/11.
Yeah.
I was recruited. I graduated early, by the way, if anybody wants to know. I graduated like a year early, so I actually started college at 17.
Yeah. None of the hijackers were from Iran, as far as I know. But that doesn't matter to the average American Joe, of course.
They don't care. Yeah. And then I started school, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, this is the Persian girl. Oh my God, this is the Persian girl." Yes, the Persian.
What was the demographics breakdown of the school like for the most part?
Mostly white, and it's Scandinavian based. So they had a lot of like foreign exchange students too, but they're like, "This is the Persian girl." And then 9/11 happened. They're like, "This is the Persian girl." Just kidding. No, it was fine. Everybody was fine. It was a really good experience.
Yeah. You were there 4 years?
Yeah.
And what did you study there?
Communications and theater, because I had no desire to. I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Why don't you just study communications?" Which is like a waste of, like, what? It's like, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I guess, they say that colleges, I don't know who they are, but more for networking if you're not studying medicine or law or some real specific trade or, something like that to become a specific, like a teacher or something like that. It's just like.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I think college is really great for the experience, sure, but was it worth all that money? I don't know. But if you are going to get a master's degree, it's important. If you are going to go for a specific field, I think it's very vital.
Right.
But my parents, they didn't have college degrees, so it was very important for me to get one, Yeah. So that made them really happy.
Nice.
Yeah. So I got it. It was fun.
So they're like, all right, at least she's getting a college degree. It's okay that she's communication and theater or whatever. Did they how did they react to your choice of major and all that? They knew you at that point.
They just didn't know. They didn't know what they're like. I think they wanted me to go just become a lawyer or something. They didn't know. Maybe engineering. Because
you could still pursue
You can still pursue it. At one point, my mom was like, "Why don't you continue and become like a nurse or get a real estate license?" They just always want me to add on, get this trait on top.
They didn't tell you what to do, but they're just like suggesting, what about this and this or this?
Yeah, that's kind of what they are. I think it's just nothing is good enough. Why don't you do this and then do this and then, start teaching this and then become a professor and then, they just want you to succeed in life, whatever that is.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, they're just like, just keep studying. That's what my dad was like. Just keep studying. Like after I graduate, he's like, just keep going. But I was like, "Dad, study what?" He's like, "Just do it. Just go and keep doing that."
That seems kind of general advice.
Yeah. I was like, "But what do I study? Like communications? Like you want me to get a master's in communications? And then what do I do with that master's? That'll be $100K. What do I do with that?"
Yeah.
He's like, stuff.
Yeah.
But they're not thinking logic. Like, what do you do with, like, somebody answer me if you're listening. What do you do with a master's degree in communications?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. You have to make, I don't know. I don't have the answers to that.
That was his logic. He's like, go do it.
I think maybe they are overvaluing the value of a college degree, just having that piece of paper and what it means in the United States. Maybe.
Yeah.
No, but your family was here for such a long time.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But okay, before we move on to after college, why don't you tell me more about your mom and her business? Because you mentioned that. Is that true that when you were born, That's when she started her waxing business?
No. She started.
I figured that might be.
No.
You used that joke in your set, though?
No, I didn't.
You did never use that joke?
No.
Oh,
She started in early mid 90s. She started waxing.
In Seattle.
She actually started doing nails. She opened up a nail salon. And then
this is in Seattle.
Yeah.
So she wasn't doing this in Iran or
No. She
Europe.
Nothing.
Yeah.
She started a nail salon, and then she didn't like doing nails. She didn't like this. It wasn't her thing. And then
And this is her business.
Her own business, yeah. And the nail salon was super successful. It's so successful that the name is still there when she sold it. It's really funny.
What's the name of it?
Susan's Nails.
Yeah.
Her name is Susan. So she sold it to, people that were like, oh, we'll keep the name. And then so when she had the nail salon, she created a room in there, and she decided to do facials and waxing because she wanted to do that. She found that more up her field. And then from there, she just built a lot of clientele, and then she stopped doing facials and then just found her passion for bikini waxing.
Yeah.
Adam.
I know so little about bikini waxing.
Oh, really?
So I'm not an expert on this at all.
Oh, well, it's bikini waxing is, when you get rid of all your pubes down there.
Yeah, that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I do know that.
And it's a technique that not too many people can master because she does it really quick. She does it in 5 minutes, and she's been featured in Seattle Magazine.
Whoa.
And Allure Magazine because she does it in 5 minutes.
And what else? What else is she known for? Anything in addition to speed? Just comfort?
Comfort. She makes all her clients laugh.
Yeah.
She puts good music on.
Yeah.
She dances for them. And what's even funnier is you'll go into her room and you'll lay there and you'll look on the ceiling and you'll be like, why is there blue wax on the ceiling? How did that get there?
Yeah.
And I asked Mom, I'm like, Mom, why? She's like, I don't know. It just happens, it's in the moment. I'm like, what? She's like what is it called?
A conductor.
A conductor with the wax that just flips everywhere. Yeah. And she has this really funny story. She's like, one time this customer came in and she just got her hair blown out, and she wanted to get her legs waxed or something, and my mom was like, you have to lay down because I can't wax you with you sitting straight, because she didn't want to lay down because she didn't want her hair to get ruined.
I see.
And then
because the wax will drip.
Because when she's doing the strip, she'll hit her.
I see. And
the lady demanded. She's like, I can't. My hair is gonna get ruined. And my mom was like, are you sure? Because it's gonna. She's like, yes, I'm sure. Anyway, long story short, my mom got wax in her hair and ruined it.
Ruined her hair? Ruined the job
ruined
that was...
everything.
Yeah.
And she put oil on her hair, and it was my mom's just like, this is the funniest thing. She's like, she was asking for it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The customer's not always right.
No, my mom was like, you have to lay down. I'm just gonna get dirty.
And you spent time working in this place.
I got my esthetician license because, of course, my mom was like,
That's a waxing license or something?
Esthetician license is you can do facials and waxing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And when I was getting it done, after I got it done, my mom was like, well, why don't you come into the salon and, be my assistant.
This is when you were in college or after college? Well, you were
after college. After college, I graduated really early, went back to Seattle, and then this is actually when I started stand up. She was like, why don't you do waxing with me during the day, and then at nights you can do stand up. And then I was like, okay, but she would never let me wax them. I had my license. She said you can only oil them up afterwards.
Oh boy.
And she only let me wax people's buttholes or backs or eyebrows.
What's the rationale? Because it's just less personal? What is
because it's just less technique needed.
Gotcha.
Buttholes especially.
There's more intricacies in other areas.
Yeah. she just wanted me to observe the bikini.
Yeah.
Anyway, best job for a man, worst job for me. And then so I was in that room, and it was just mortifying. It was just the worst.
Because you would be the oil. What's that person called?
The oil lady? I don't know. She created the position.
She created the position, and it's just you're basically doing what you're.
Well, there's residue after a wax,
right?
So she would do her thing, and then she'd be like, "Okay, my daughter will, now she's going to clean you up, and then you'll be good to go."
And then what was it, like a hose with oil in it or something?
It was a little squirty thing.
Yeah.
A little oil, little container, where you put water in sometimes. She filled it with oil.
Yeah.
And then I would just squirt it on their, vertical smile. And then rub it off with a warm towel.
This is the best story anyone's ever told on the podcast. Yeah. By far.
With a warm towel. One time a woman gave me a hug after. So.
Wow.
I thought I did a pretty good job.
I suppose so.
Yeah.
Well, full disclosure, I did hear you do some comedy, and you had a bit about this, if I recall hearing you say, and your mother would oversee.
Yeah.
You're saying how your mom would oversee and criticize.
Yeah, this happened.
Yeah, she criticized.
Yeah.
The job you did.
Yeah, because I was too embarrassed. I mean, put yourself in my position. Like, I didn't want to do this to begin with, and I was just uncomfortable rubbing the woman.
I see.
And my mom was just, she's like a doctor almost.
She's desensitized.
She's desensitized. She's like, no, she's like, you're not doing it. You have to really rub it harder. You have to get the wax off. Like, come on, time is money.
She was really criticizing the job you were doing and that you were not doing it fast enough.
Yeah.
Was she also criticizing like your not lack of friendliness, but like your the attitude that you may have had? I'm not saying it a bad attitude, but like,
I wasn't rude at all. I just was like.
Lack of enthusiasm.
Yeah, I was not enthusiastic about it. And I just was like, I didn't want to look. It was weird. I didn't want to. Like, I knew
you had to look.
I had to look, but I didn't want to look, but I had to do it. It was just so. I don't even know how to explain it. It's almost like a vegan serving somebody meat.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't want to be there.
What did your dad and other people
my dad was like, "Oh, you're so lucky. I wish I could do that." Every day he's like, can we switch jobs? I'm like,
your dad sounds hilarious. I think I've seen you post some quotes from him or something on Facebook.
Yeah, my dad is.
Is that where you get your sense of humor from? Is your dad or your mom's funny and she doesn't try to be funny and your dad's just actually funny? I'm just guessing.
I don't know. My dad is really dry funny. He's actually, when he tries to be funny, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Like
some real dad joke stuff going on.
My God. In public, every time we go out to like a restaurant, he tries to be funny with the waitress and it's so bad.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "Your number, what does he say? Oh, you're number 2 to the waitress." And she's like, "Huh?"
The order? Or no, he's setting something up.
Yeah.
Here.
He goes, "You're number 2. She's like, "Huh? Because I'm number 1. Something really weird.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Is he trying to impress you with the comedy?
No. I think he's being flirtatious funny, and it always is weird.
And your mom just rolls her eyes?
She gives up. I don't know.
She does. She's got other things on her mind.
Yeah.
Does she still have this business, did you say?
Yeah, in Bellevue.
But it's at a different location because you said she's.
It's a different location because that was a nail salon.
It's like the size of Costco now. This place, it's like
it's a room. Yeah,
these are the places that seem to last forever in these strip malls. All the restaurants and everything ends, but these nail places and these waxing places.
That's where they make bank. Yeah, and it's nowhere anywhere fancy.
Yeah,
because she worked in really fancy places.
Working class waxes.
Yeah, she's like, no, she likes little small places she finds, and that's it.
So after you started, after you were working at the waxing place, that's when you're like, okay, now I have enough material to go do stand up. Now, is that pretty much how did you end up in stand up?
I don't know. It just happened accidentally. I was working for like this Persian channel in LA. And I knew a lot of friends that were doing stand-up. And then
But said you started stand up in Seattle.
Yeah. I started for a little bit, and it wasn't like anything serious.
Yeah, you just tried it.
Yeah. And then when I was in LA,
did you move to LA? Or?
I was going back and forth. So right out of college, I was working for this Persian channel, and then I had a lot of friends that were doing stand up,
and that's based that's based in LA.
Yeah, and then I found a little interest, and then I moved back to Seattle, and then I started in Seattle. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I had friends in LA that were doing it, and I would go to their shows all the time and actually interviewed them because I used to be a TV host. And then I was like, oh, this sounds really fun. And then in Seattle, I tried it out. And then I honestly had here's the thing, like people, I don't know, maybe you would know because you interview a lot of comedians.
Yeah.
Nobody ever told me, hey, you're funny, you should get on stage.
Yeah.
That was never the case. For me, it was like, this seems interesting. I would love to try it out because I like to do characters. I like to perform. I like to do just weird stuff. And then
these were conversations you were having
to myself.
To yourself at what like right after college or before?
After
when you were kind of going back and forth.
And then when I went to Seattle, I was like, okay, let me try this out. So I tried it out, and then I just thought it was fun.
I was going to ask you what kind of material did you go up there and talk about, like your very early stand up. How did it go?
I was really, really nervous. I talked about, I don't know, what did I talk about?
Dogs.
Barking
dogs.
I don't remember. All I remember is I was really nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what did I even talk about? I think I filmed it. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember, but I had a lot of friends come out.
And did it go well, or it kind of went?
It went well because my friends were laughing.
Yeah.
Because they knew me. But if I did that set without my friends there, it would have sucked. I think I rushed through it all. I think I did 4 minutes.
In 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was really, really bad. And then I was like, oh, I'm not going to do this again. And then I went to LA, and then I went to LA, and then I took like a workshop.
Yeah.
Because one of my friends was like, oh, why don't you take my wife took a workshop. I was like, yeah, why not? I took this workshop, and then they helped me like put together a set.
Yeah.
And then it was really interesting. This was like a long time, like 9 years ago. And then it went okay. And then after that, I don't know. It just happened. I don't know. I just was like, I'm not doing this again. And then I would get little gigs. Like people were like, hey, do you want to do my show? Do you want to do this show? Do you want to do that show? And then it was just organically, I was just doing more shows and I got better. Yeah. But I didn't think I would ever make it into a career, You
always thought you would do what at that point? Because you were working for the...
Yeah, I was working for not anymore.
For the Persian TV station.
No, not anymore.
Not at this point.
Sorry, my timeline is all over the place.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. Because my timeline's over. This part is getting boring. The part is I started doing stand up, and I didn't think I'd want to do it, but then it ended up taking over. And then here I am.
There you are.
And then I started doing other people's tours. I started opening for people, and then I eventually got better, and then I'm still trying to improve my life.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. And then that's it. So boring. It's so dumb. Yeah, people are like, oh God, don't have her repeat that story.
You're funny.
It's weird how did you get, I hate that question because it's like, I don't know, it just happened.
Yeah.
It just happened. Like, how did you get into, producing? How did you get into doing it just happens.
Yeah,
you just find
you try something, you talk to someone, and then you're there.
Yeah, you're there. I don't know.
Well, tell me more about like what it felt like being on stage and getting the laughs. Were you addicted? Like, what was the best part of some of the early success that you had? It must feel amazing when you get laughs.
Yeah, it does feel amazing. Yeah, it was really cool. People like that enjoyed my comedy or they thought I made their day better, or they haven't seen anything like that. Those are cool. I really loved going on tour. I love traveling. I just didn't think any of this was possible. I just
Yeah.
didn't. Even today, like I look back, I'm like, I had no idea my life would end up this way. Like, I can't believe I do this.
Yeah.
It's really, really weird.
But isn't it awesome?
It's awesome, but weird,
Would you say weird with like this almost like
because
not that you don't like it, it's just like it's like this is awesome, but sometimes it makes me go, what the fuck am I doing? Is that what it is?
yeah. And I talked to other comics about it, and they have the same thoughts too. They're like, what the fuck? Like, it's really interesting because I just grew up not thinking that this was even a possibility. Like you have dreams like, oh, I'd love to be on TV,
Right.
but I never had a dream when I was in elementary or middle school that stand up was even a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
If you weren't a stand-up comedian, what could you or would you imagine yourself
well,
doing
definitely
for practical purposes or whatever? Answer however you want to.
I'd love to open up a laser clinic and just laser everybody's vaginas and be like, look, mom, we can laser now.
Oh, you're saying because it's more efficient and it could be done from the other room or something with that. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know what I would be doing.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Who are your favorite comedians? And of course, we'll get to Jo Koy as well.
I have so many. There's so many that I pull from for inspiration.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, everybody's going to go to the classics. I'm not going to name them, but people that I personally enjoy, humor-wise, like Ricky Gervais is one of them.
Yeah.
I love Ellen DeGeneres.
Those are like two opposites almost.
I know they are two opposites, but
he's
comedy
mean and
comedy is so subjective,
Yeah.
and I love so many different types of humor.
Right.
Sebastian, I love Sebastian. And right now, currently, Jo Koy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you been into him? How did you?
I mean, first of all, he's from Seattle.
Yeah.
And I've related to him. His last special, he filmed it in Seattle. I just love his humor. He talks about his Filipino mom a lot.
Yeah.
And
I was watching some of them.
Yeah.
Earlier, yeah.
And I talk about my mom quite a bit during my shows in my set, and it's not that I don't have other material to talk about. I have plenty. I talk about my penis all the time.
What?
No, but he's so he just makes it so universal.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not Filipino, I'm just
Sure.
I'm just dying. And I think the reason why I love him so much is because the way he does his act outs, he's so animated and full of character. And that's the type of humor I gravitate towards, especially when I perform. I'm really big on doing an act out and doing an impersonation and doing my, talking about my mom and then going straight into what she sounds like, what she talks like, how I feel when she says that. It's watching him is just like a reflection of the best that I could be on stage.
Yeah.
And I really admire that
That was really well put. Wow.
Yeah.
You've thought a lot about this. That's cool.
Yeah. So he's one of my favorites because just watching him really puts into perspective everything that I would love to be.
Yeah. Have you seen him perform live before?
Not yet, but I'm going in September.
Where is he performing? We're plugging him.
Yeah, he's in Oxnard, Levity.
Nice. Are you gonna you got to open for that? Is there any opportunity there to get on that bill?
If I find him, if I bump into him, I'll ask him. The universe is open to possibilities.
Yeah. I'll tweet at him on your behalf or something.
I know, yeah.
Should I do that or should I not do that?
I heard that he's really friendly, and if you ask him, he could give you the opportunity. But I mean, then again, he's never seen me perform, so I don't blame him for being like, you cannot. Yeah. But I mean, if I do bump into him, I would without a doubt ask him
about joining him on the bill, or
Just be like, can I do a guest spot? That's all I
somewhat,
ask.
yeah.
Because I know he does have an opener. I'm not going to be like, get
I
out
see.
of my way.
Yeah.
You don't even know me, but let me be your opener
A
now.
guest spot is just another person on the bill, basically.
Yeah.
So that's the lingo. Guest spot any time kind of thing.
Yeah,
Can I do a guest spot sometime.
Yeah, a guest spot would be like they'll throw you up before the feature.
Yeah.
You know.
No, I admire that because I've asked a bunch of previous guests, kind of, if you met so and so, because some of them talk about it, someone they look up to in their field or whatever. What would you say? Everyone's like, oh, I would thank them. I wouldn't want to bother them. I wouldn't, ask them for anything. You're like, I want a job right now. What do you got for me? Put me on your bill.
Yeah, I know.
No,
that's very risky. That is a very risky thing. But
I was going to say that you would tell him probably what all the stuff, that you just told me
I
about
would.
his comedy.
I would say it. And now it's out here to the universe, whoever watches this podcast. But I already even got a ticket. It's like pretty much sold out.
Yeah.
I got it like a month ago. He has like 5 shows. They're all sold out. That's crazy.
Damn. Does anyone ever go up to you and quote you? Like, I guess maybe right after the show, they'll just, refer back to a bit or something.
Yeah, that has happened.
What about like a day later or a week later? Do people recognize you in the street, or like friends texting you your joke or something like that?
It does. It has happened. Yes, from shows they'll recognize me. Like when I've opened for bigger comics, they'll recognize me, which is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I get a lot of from Instagram, people that like characters I've done on Instagram. Like I have a character I do called All Natural Girl. And so every time I'll post something, they'll reference, like they'll make a comment and be like, all natural. Or like,
and people saying that to you on the street?
Not on the street, but like they'll reference it on my Instagram.
Gotcha,
like they really like certain characters,
Social media callbacks.
Yeah,
I got you.
Or what's really funny is I'll never forget, I was at San Jose Improv, and this was like 4 years ago. I posted a video that year, like a crazy video. And in the meet and greet, this woman pulled up that video on my Instagram and just showed it to me.
Showed you your own video?
Yeah.
And this was where you said? At a
San Jose Improv.
At a show?
Yeah.
And this is after the show?
After the show. Like, it was just the funniest moment.
As if to say, like, I watch this all the time?
Yeah, like, I watch this all the time, and this is you.
Yeah.
It was just so funny. It was like me, like, in some
she
crazy.
Wanted to make sure it was
as
you.
She was walking towards me. It was so funny.
That's bizarre.
I'll never
That's
forget.
Somebody who doesn't live in LA and like
San Jose.
Yeah, not around.
I think it's crazy because social media and stand up go hand in hand. It's really crazy.
In what way?
Because it's like you build a fan base through there.
Yeah.
It's really bizarre. That's what I've noticed.
No, I've been enjoying following you on social media for sure.
No, thank you.
You're funny.
But it's just crazy how they connect with you through there. It's really the world is different now.
Yeah, you're right. And I need to do way more of that for this podcast, putting myself into it. I always talk about it, but I haven't really pursued much. Like, oh, here's a little behind the scenes video of me shooting, recording an intro for the next episode with so and so. Be sure to check it out on Tuesday. Yeah. And people would like that. It would help, but then I have to figure out what to wear before I do this and set up the camera and do it. And I'm not as brave as you.
No, you are brave. We're all brave.
Yeah.
We're all brave.
Land of the free, home of the brave.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
Oh, and here's another thing. I hate it when people come up to me and tell me, oh, you're so brave, like after a show.
Yeah.
Oh, you must be so confident. It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Like I get it. That's a compliment, but okay, enough.
I'm learning what not to say.
No, don't. No, it's not like a bad thing, but it's like.
No, I know that because it's not.
And we're all brave in everything that we do. It's just like this is.
Taking action is brave.
Taking
action is brave.
Taking action is brave. It really is. Like whatever you guys do for a living, that is brave. Like if you're following anything that you're pursuing, that's brave.
Because it's making a choice.
Yeah.
And choices are hard.
Choices
and
are
there's
hard.
Sometimes a lot of them, and that makes it harder.
Yeah. And another thing, so I'm Persian. I'm a female comedian, and I travel a lot, and I do a lot of shows solo. And every time I do a solo show, where I'm headlining or I'm the only girl, a lot of these, especially when I do a Middle Eastern venue, they'll come up to me and they'll be like, so do you do this like full time? And I'm like,
Yeah.
at first I was like offended because it's a double standard. They would never say that to a male comic, but to a female, they'd be like, oh, God forbid she does this like as a living.
Yeah.
So now I have fun with it. Now I'm like, oh God, no, 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 no. I'm actually a doctor, lawyer. I also am an engineer on the side, and I opened up a laser hair removal clinic. It is in Seattle. I'm not there, but I have a full team running it. And guess what? They're like, wow, good for you.
They believe you. Yeah.
Good for you. And it just,
That's
it makes,
funny.
it's fun for me.
That's hilarious.
You know, and like, it just gives me a, you know, it makes me laugh, and it doesn't bring me down like it used to. You know, because these people are they just not ruthless, but it's like they don't know any better.
Right.
So it's a fun game I play.
What
now.
about people who come up to you after a show or something and say "great job," but don't say anything specific? That's more like.
What do you mean before the show?
No, after the show. That's okay.
Don't say anything specific.
No, they say like, "Oh, great job! I enjoyed. You know, you did a great job," but they don't reference anything specific.
Oh, that's very normal. Yeah, because I mean, that's normal because they don't want to. Yeah, that's nice of them to even say great job. Sometimes you don't even get that.
Yeah. What else? Is there anything else that people say to you after shows that are comedy scene faux pas or just repeated things that you're sick of hearing?
You're so brave.
You're so brave. You're so confident.
You're so confident.
Do you do this full time?
Hey,
woman, do you do this full time?
Good luck. That's a fun one. Good luck.
I think that may be more like, is that good luck with your life or good luck with comedy or all the above?
Good luck with your career and life in general. And you will find a husband soon because I joke about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Good luck.
Good luck. That's my favorite one.
That's funny.
Good luck with everything. And then I reference myself sometimes like, I'm a Persian Cher. I have a joke about it. And then sometimes they're like, you really are a Persian Cher. Yes, you are. Or they'll say some things that are true, and from my set they're like, oh yes, that's resonated with me. Yes, this is very true.
It's so funny because if you see anyone else doing a job, even if it's like a part-time job or a gig, you wouldn't never say to them good luck. Good luck for like any other random gig that someone does. It's just like you're not going to say good luck or.
Yeah. Well, you have to think of it this way. Like they've never seen. There definitely are, of course, there are Middle Eastern female comedians, but there's not that many that they see. Right. And so when they do see it, they have to say something. Right. Like, ooh, wow, we've never seen. Okay. So this is what you do. Ooh, okay. Well, good luck with that. Oh, because you have to put yourself in this position. It's very taboo. Good luck if you have a husband because you're traveling. And if you want to have children, have fun with that. And then how are you going to be making money? What do your parents think? La, la, la. You just spilled your life for an hour. Ooh, none of us men want to date you. You are not dateable right now. So it's like a lot of things that are going through their mind.
Yeah.
That's like more like a cultural crowd.
Sure.
Comedy clubs, no, it's different. They're like, oh, that's awesome. Where can we find you? But it's both ways. It goes both ways. There are a lot of Middle Eastern crowds. It's not all of them that are like that. I'm not stereotyping.
Sure.
So many are super excited. They love to see more. They want to get merch. They love to see more women. So it's honestly changing people's perspectives, and that's really what it is. And there's a lot of women out there that are right now changing people's perspectives. There's more female headliners, more comedians in general. That's why there are more women. There's just been this boom now in comedy.
It's cool. It's great.
Yeah. So when people say, oh, there isn't enough women in comedy, there is if you see us and give us the opportunities, that's all it is.
It even reminds me when you were saying earlier how like the specificness or even with Jo Koy with his comedy talking about his mom, like, he may be of a certain background, but it's in that specificness I think is the universal relatability.
Yeah.
Like even though if he's talking about a specific food, Filipino food that his mom made and the lunchbox and all these things, I remember it's like, but people still relate to that. Everyone still
because if you break down his joke, he doesn't make it specific to only Filipinos.
Right.
He
it's
makes
just an
it
overbearing,
broad.
overprotective mom or mom who fed the kid whatever weird food that your mom fed you. Everyone can relate to that.
Yeah, because he puts himself in the cafeteria. Where,
parents who embarrass their kids, everyone can relate to that.
Oh my gosh, you should, if you follow him on Instagram, Tupperware sent him all of this Tupperware.
Damn, that's hilarious.
Yeah, because he had a joke about Tupperware.
That's funny. Well, I think I'll let you get going because I know you got more shows to do. So why don't you tell the audience maybe what you're working on upcoming or how people can find you?
Yes. So you can find me at my website, melcomedy.com, which is really great because you will not have to write my last name. So it's just melcomedy.com. All my show dates are there. Cool. I am going to be headlining in Seattle September 5th, and that's on my website. So if any of you guys live in the Seattle area, the link is right there on my website. So you guys can go get tickets. I'd love to see any of you guys there. That is my hometown. I will be telling dick jokes and mom jokes.
Sweet. So
melcomedy.com. Yeah.
And what about Instagram?
Mel Shoshahi. Sorry, guys. The last name is there on my Instagram because Mel Comedy was taken. So it's at Mel, SHOSHAHI. Lots of H's, but it's well worth it.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you for your time. I enjoyed all the stories.
Thank you, Adam. I'm sorry if you guys got sick of the stories, but
oh, don't be hard on yourself.
It is what it is.
It's fucking hilarious.
Okay.
Fucking the waxing.
A lot of waxing.
Jo Koy, and we covered it all.
Yeah, go watch a special.
I will.
Funny.
I'll do that right now.
Okay.
Later. So there you have it. My interview with Melissa Shoshahi. I don't know about you guys, but next time I'm in the Seattle area, I'm going to get a bikini wax at her mom's spot for sure. Well, maybe. Well, we'll see. Anyway, I thank Melissa for her time and look forward to seeing more of her comedy. She makes me laugh. But yeah, check out peoplewelovepodcast.com for everything about this show. And let's talk soon. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Y'all have a pleasant rest of your day. Peace.